Hi, I'm Eric Sorensen with Grady-White Boats. Let's talk a little bit about getting ready to tie up your boat when you're done for the day. There's a few things to think about. One is let your crew know what's going on. If you're going to be tying, as is the case is here, starboard side too, let everybody know that well before you approach the dock. So you'll hang your fenders out fore and aft and get your stern line and bow line ready to go. When you approach the dock, you want to line up your pivot point, the point about which the boat turns, usually about where you're standing at the helm actually. Line it up as you make your approach out in the middle of the marina, in the basin, and then when you back in, you'll be all lined up and ready to go. Make life a lot easier on yourself. Let the wind or the current, whatever predominates, be your friend. For example, if you're approaching a slip and you're backing the boat into it, try to get the boat lined up on the same heading as the dock, and let the wind take you in the last foot or two, and just make sure the boat stays lined up with the dock so when it touches, both fenders are being compressed at the same time. Another thing to think about, if it's possible, dock the boat with the stern into the wind. It's a lot easier to control the boat because the boat will just weather vane on those engines, and it'll be under a lot more control, and you'll look like a hero every time. Lots of times you'll come into a marina, say for the night, and you'll be given a slip that isn't ideal, but you can almost always make it work. You're not going to have a conventional tie-up with a bow line leading forward and the stern line leading aft and a couple of spring lines in the middle. In this case, we're on a slip that's quite a bit shorter than the boat itself, which is fine, but we want to make sure that we're protecting the engine. So the first thing that I pay attention to in this case is the forward spring line, the line leaning forward from the stern cleat. And we're using one line in this case. It's just easy to do. So we put the eye around the cleat, we lead it aft to the stern cleat, and we adjust it so that the engines are far enough off the dock that they're not going to get damaged. Tie it off. Then what I like to do is I'll pull the boat aft and we let the boat surge a little bit on that spring line, get it nice and tight. And then as soon as it's as tight as it's going to get, using the momentum of the boat, take the turns on that stern cleat and tie it off. That way you get it drum tight. And that's the objective. You don't want the boat moving in relation to the dock. It just puts more strain on the dock and on the dock cleats. What we've done up forward here, because we have a shorter dock than the boat, is we've gone from the spring cleat directly across to the outboard cleat on the dock, and that gives us a better fair lead, and we're able to make that tight. And so the whole boat now is lined up with the dock on the same heading, and it's tight, drum tight, and it's not going to move around, and you're good to go for the night.